Charles Jourdain versus Victor Henry. I'm giving 65% chance to Jourdain to win and 35% chance for Henry to win. So Jourdain, he's strong, he's explosive, ferocious, he's creative. He's doing a whole bunch of like flying kicks and Spartan kicks and all that stuff. And overall, he's a well-rounded striker and a kickboxer. He's pretty athletic. The only problem is his explosiveness. It's a blessing and a curse for this guy, because all of his most of his punches, if you notice, especially in his last fight, kind of got exposed. They're heavily telegraphed, especially when he tries to explode. Heavily telegraphed. So he's got to refine that technique. If he goes back to the basics, refines his technique, I think he'd be much more lethal, especially instead of trying to wind up and be super explosive all the time. If he's just more fluid, I think he'd land a lot more shots, and it'd be it would set up for those explosive shots. But anyways, Jourdain is very explosive and skillful enough to be considered very well-rounded, and he's got wrestling, and but his clinch and his work on the cage is questionable. But overall, he's well-rounded, and also his tactical defense needs a bit of work, because he gets tagged when he's trying to do takedowns and when he's on the fence, and he gets countered kind of easy. But Charles, he's too wild sometimes though. But I've already mentioned that. I'm just running things off the top of my head at this point. But he's a very powerful striker. Henry, on the other hand, he's very his defense is lacking, and he kind of waits for you to strike, and then he tries to retaliate. But it's not really a counter. He just it's just one of those things. Like those drills he used to, if you ever did boxing, where it's one guy does jab cross, and the other guy hits you back jab, or jab cross, that's kind of like that. So it's not a counter, it's just kind of like a retaliation, and it's not enough, so to speak, especially against Jourdain. It's not gonna be enough. And he's got decent takedown defense, decent inside boxing skills. His striking is his most formidable skill, I would say, and his best weapon. He doesn't really kick too much. He does it sometimes, and he's basically just a tough guy. He's a really tough guy, and he's an inside boxer, so to speak, and with some takedown defense, put it that way. And Henry is smart. He goes to the body. He's tactical in that sense. He'll go to the body, go to the head, and he's got really good cardio, and he sets a good pace for the fight, and he pressures you. But this is the thing. I just see Jourdain winning. Charles is gonna pick him apart. He's gonna leg kick him. He's gonna teep him. He's gonna do some of his flying kick stuff, Spartan kick maybe, I don't know. But he's gonna really just jab him, strike him. He's just gonna land more of his creative strikes, and that's gonna be the main factor of him winning this fight. Henry, he can win, especially in the later rounds. If he keeps pressuring Charles, he can definitely find his spot and tee off and land a good shot. Also, if Charles, if he doesn't manage his range and his distance well enough, Henry can, take one to give one. He could throw hard. He throws hard, and he could throw, and it could really, it could turn the tide of the fight, and I could see him winning that way. So if Jourdain doesn't take him down, so to speak, if he doesn't keep his distance and, outstrike him and use his technical ability, that could be his downfall. But I don't see him doing that, so that's why I'm giving him a 65% chance of winning, and Henry 35% chance. Can't count out Henry, but Jourdain also, it's not in the bag win. So let me know what you guys think, and have a great day, guys.